Okay, here's what you want to do to solve your problem. I don't know exactly where B was located here in your diagram, so I'll just give you an idea of what kind of numbers we're using for a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. And here's the key. In a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, the hypotenuse is always twice the short leg. And the short leg is always the leg that's opposite the 30-degree angle. So if I put, for example, like a 6 here, that's the short leg. The hypotenuse is twice the short leg. And the long leg, the leg opposite the 60, is radical 3 times the short leg. So if you're given the hypotenuse, you divide by 2 to get the short leg, and then you multiply the short leg by radical 3 to get the long leg. And where does this come from? It comes from the fact that if you have an equilateral triangle, all the angles are 60 degrees, and then you drop an altitude from one of the vertices, that altitude creates two congruent triangles. And we can then say that we've, of course, got a 90-degree angle here because we dropped an altitude. And this 30-degree angle equals this 30-degree angle because of the congruent corresponding parts of congruent triangles. And if we want to find h now, we use the Pythagorean theorem. H squared plus 5 squared is 25 equals 10 squared, 100. And if we solve for h, we get the square root of 75. But guess what? That's 5 radical 3, because 75 is 25 times 3. And so 5 radical 3. The long leg is radical 3 times the short leg. So you don't have to use the Pythagorean theorem if you know one side of a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Now it gets a little more complicated if you don't have a whole number here or an integer. If you've got radical, you still have to divide the hypotenuse by 2. If you're given the long leg, you have to divide by radical 3 to get the short leg. And so that's probably where this formula came from right here. Without seeing your diagram where A, B, and C are located, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but hopefully this gives you an idea. And if you have any questions, post a comment. There you go.